Yeah, I want to share something that the birds showed me about God and us. I fill my bird feeder every single day. I don't know if I can flip my camera around. I don't think I can. Yeah, that's not an option once I'm recording. But there's a bird feeder right next to me and I fill it every single day, and the birds then they poop all over my balcony and the railing. And over the weekend, I was dousing my balcony with kettles full of boiling water to get rid of the poop. And it takes a lot. So I was like wondering if they're really worth it. And they started to get used to me. So there's a starling that when I go out there, he would just fly from the feeder to the railing and then sit there and wait for me. And I'm like, you're probably gonna wanna leave because I'm gonna dump boiling water on the balcony and you're not gonna like that. And then he would leave. But he was getting really used to me. And then after the next morning, I noticed, so Sunday morning, I saw that they had left me this. So they gave me a gift. Somebody brought me a rubber band. Now, I don't actually need a rubber band. And it's not to disparage their present, because obviously rubber bands have, they have a purpose. Rubber bands are useful for all kinds of things. But I don't need a rubber band. I could get my own rubber bands, obviously. Now, if only I could get one of those, like some people train birds to bring them cash and jewelry and stuff like that. Now that would be cool, but just kidding. Okay, so going back to the rubber band, they brought me the rubber band, and it spoke to me about us giving to God, because it's not worthless, but it really changed my heart. Like, it was so sweet that they brought me a present, that I was suddenly motivated, that that my birds are worth it. And I think I found a solution for the poop that's gonna be more manageable and sustainable. But still, it's like just this little present that I don't actually need really changed my heart and made me think about us giving to God, because God doesn't need our money. He has his own, he's perfectly capable of creating anything he wants to create. He doesn't need money from us. But it's really about our hearts, because when the Pharisees tried to trap Jesus by asking him if we should pay taxes, he said, whose face is on that coin? And they said, it's Caesar's. And he said, okay, well then give to Caesar what's Caesar's, and give to God what's God's. And what he meant by that is that we were created in the image of God. So whose image is on us? We have God's image on us, so we belong to God. So he said, give to God what's God's. And so it's like God's more interested in your heart. He doesn't need your rubber band, but he's really interested. And a lot of times your rubber band is where your heart is. A lot of times he says where your money is, that's where your heart is. And so that's what it really comes down to, is like, does God have your heart? Because when you're willing to give him yourself, by the way, there's a purple finch out there right now. It's very pretty. They purple finch, I don't know why they're called purple. They're actually red and brown, but he's very pretty. So the point was, give to God what's God's, and you belong to God. And so, when you do that, then you've got that's where you turn God's heart towards you, and where you really start to see, where you start to turn the heart of God towards you. And I just wanted to share because it spoke to me.